Are you looking to convince someone to buy from you? You are looking to sell something, an idea, or anything that you want somebody to believe in you and get what you want to offer to them? If yes, today's book review is for you. My name is Siti Salim and I am the host of the online TV show Caterpillar to Butterfly. And today we are going to review this book called Go for No by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. I hope you can see this page here. Right? Great. A fantastic book on selling and the concept that instead of going for yes, go for a no. I have my own personal opinion on that concept and I'm going to talk about that. But in general, when you're going for yes, obviously, if you don't, I think if you get rejected, then you will be disheartened and you feel, hey, what's going on? But if you're going for no, yeah, then yes is a bonus for you, right? So obviously, you would see, okay, how many no you need to get to the yes. If you need 4 yes and you have a conversion rate of 25 percentage, so you'll probably go for 16 no's, and you just go for 16 no's, and at the end you get 4 yeses and you are happy with the result. That's the basic premise of the book. It's written as a story format. Also, it's a little bit of fictional story. So you have a salesperson. He is pretty doing decent in his sales work. He is having his wife, and then they're pretty having a good time. And suddenly, something happened, and he is waking up. Fast forward in his life where he's also talking to his alter ego of himself. It's an interesting conversation and a situation that definitely read the book to get more insights on what's happening. So they're having a conversation about what went and what no how did that happen, what are some of the success factors. Basically he's talking to himself. It's like an alter ego, kind of what I mentioned to you. But it's a actual discussion, not just imaginary discussion, which is an interesting. I'm going to tell you what really happened at the end. And during the conversation, he talks about the success that other person went through and what are the lessons he learned. And the biggest lesson is go for no, and then have that as your attitude when you're approaching any sales conversation. Obviously, we are always selling, right? It's not that we are getting paid to sell. I go to work, I'm selling an idea, I'm selling in thought, I can kind of influencing somebody. But obviously, this book is written benefiting a salesperson. But the idea that go for no than yes is something that we all can apply in our day-to-day life. So the premise is yes is the destination, no is where you get there. Yes is a destination, no is how you get there. And that I thought was an amazing concept, that you use no to achieve yes. Though I have some reservations on that concept, because we are a human being, do not in general like discouragement. And if you are actually going towards discouragement, every time you are getting a no, it is hard to convince ourselves that we are happy with that no. Some concepts are great in a book, it sells, it brings you a unique perspective. It's amazing to read. It's like like wordsmithing, amazing ideas. But human psychology, human mindset, when you know about that, you will know that it's not easy to implement it. An idea that doesn't work is not really helpful. So I have a personal philosophy towards it. Obviously, the book also talks about that, and that's where I like more is go for the count of the calls that you make instead of the actual yeses. So basically, they mentioned that if there is 60 If you make 60 calls and only one person make say yes, why don't you do 60 calls in a day? Then you get one sale per day, right? And I think I like that concept because you're still going for yes, but you are using the count as the goal, not necessarily the yes as the goal, which is something similar to not making no as the goal as well. That's my personal opinion, that I personally do not like to make no as the goal, because it is emotionally, affecting your brain. And how much hard you try, we always want to get positive thing, positive, we want to make sure that things are going well. So it's okay to try saying no, 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 but long term, it it will impact your psychology a little bit. So it will be good to be mindful about that. My personal philosophy on this idea is that, I'll give you an example. When I was looking to buy our home, I was setting a goal that every week I am going to see three houses, right? So it's a count, that's the goal. I knew that it doesn't matter if I could meet that three house goal. One day, eventually, I will get a yes, right? So that's my mindset. Obviously, if somebody is in sales, they have sales quota, right? So that's the difference between marketing and sales. People love to be in marketing, but people do not love to be in sales, because obviously it comes with, sales comes with quotas associated with it. So people try to see how to get you to buy it and sell the offer that you have. That sometimes go into a kind of a rabbit hole of not doing the right thing, and you may be under time pressure as well, right? So like you want to meet the goal, so then you will try to increase the number. You do a lot of ideas and a lot of things that you would achieve, you try to do, but then sometimes it does not really work at all. So in general, I think the premise is good. Then obviously they have some good nudget thrown across the book. So one of that idea is that, let me just take it off. Let me see. Is okay. It is no doesn't mean never. It means not yet, which is a great point. Like if somebody says no to you, it's fine. Not yet. It again, this is a mindset, right? Like eventually you are spamming somebody. Like if somebody says no, you go back to them, no, you go back to them, no, you go back to them. You're theoretically spamming that person, right? So I personally do not like it. Like, okay, I think I personally like like pull marketing. Like they come towards you and they have a need, and obviously outbound calls, it has its own pros and cons. But I personally do not like too much of spamming people with asking, yeah, if you want it, yeah, go for it. Like if they said no, then I'll attend somebody else, right? So like the same person again and again is something that I personally do not like. But obviously, the book is saying it, right? Book is saying it. So no doesn't mean never, it means not yet. So that's a good idea. Second is, if you are going to fail, fail big, which is an interesting point. Is, if you're failing, fail for a larger account with lot of like a bigger outcome than fail for a smaller account. We theoretically are trying to give the point that go for big, go for bigger options and bigger sales, bigger, attempt big, so that way even if you win, you're going to get a bigger discount and sales, sorry, the bigger outcome. Just remembered what was the actual story behind the transformation that happened between the character. I think he was selling some clothes in a yeah, he was actually selling clothes in a department clothes store, and then they made a big deal, the kind of a hundred and like $1,100 dollar sale, and he was so happy. But his manager, I guess the name is Harold or somebody, Harold, yeah, he asked, I'm just curious, but what did that customer say no to? What do you mean? That guy just bought a suit, sports coat, um, three shirts, six ties, shoes, socks, and belt, and an underwear. Underwear. What do you mean? What did he say no to? Okay, then he said, we already established what he said yes to, but I want to know Now no is no, now is what did he say no to, right? So then how did he know he was done? So essentially what happened is he was buying all these things. Once he reached the limit of 100, like $1,100 of purchase, then the salesman was happy because he already got a large quote. Then he did not show other things for him to buy, and he didn't say no to any of those. And that was the introductory topic of getting to this no, the idea of no, which then started the whole discussion of the no as well. I like that idea, but again, it's a good sales method. But I personally like it? I don't know, but I'm just sharing what I'm learning from this book, right? Okay, so we talked about that, and then exponential failing, right? The failing exponential, right? Like really, really fail well. Um, the book talked about five. I think I like that idea he mentioned. Let me bring it up. It's the five phases of failing. I think that one was a very interesting discussion. Let me bring it. Okay, five failure levels, right? So level one, ability to fail. How that you believe that you can fail. Level two, willingness to fail. You're actually willing to fail. Level three, wantingness to fail. You really want to fail. For level four is failing bigger and faster, and level five is failing exponentially, right? So these are the sort of the higher level. Sounds great. You don't wake up in the morning and say, "Wow, man, I'm going to fail. Let me do it. I'm going to do it day one, yeah. Day two, yeah. Day three, I don't know. Like maybe you, I don't wake up to fail. I wake up to win. So obviously, I understand failure is part of success, but sometimes that's why, it feels great, but is it practical? It could be totally practical for you, so that is fantastic. May not be for me. That's also fantastic, right? So that's what I'm saying, right? It's my personal interpretation of this book. If you like the idea, if you like the concept, go for it. Say no, enjoy that process. But I have reservations, and I have my own way and reasons for that. And it's something because I am having some specific approach to achieve it. Overall, it was a great book. At the end, he actually hit his head. He bumped his head when he woke up in the morning, and 4 days he was actually under, like, a concussion actually. So he was dreaming this entire discussions and everything, and that was sort of the the reason behind going forward in the future and seeing his future self, having all the discussion. So obviously the writer wants to create a story where he goes forward in life and seeing some of the results that he would get if he does this no story now and then come back again, and then world is happily ever after. That's the whole concept of this book. Again, the theory is great, the idea is great. If you are directly into sales, this is something directly you can apply, because obviously you have quotas to meet. It's not an easy job, so going for no is much better than going for a yes. If you're trying to influence somebody to get your idea and thought, if you're trying to influence somebody to sell your idea or your thinking or philosophy, then there are other ways to get to that as well. You don't need to go for this approach. But even though the total number of calls you make is also very helpful, but eventually it doesn't need to be. One other point he mentioned is, I think this is where I also counter what he discussed, is that he talks about, no, just go for just go for door knocking and just meet lot of people. You are meeting somebody who don't even care about your product, and so just you want to knock your door, without necessarily having some filtering done. um, so sometimes you emphasize too much on quantity. I think that's what I felt from this book is, go for no, go for quantity. you know like like if you 10% sale, go for 100, you'll get 10 calls. I like to mix quantity and quality as well. Like if I'm looking for houses, and then if all I do is I'm going to see three houses this week. I can see any random three houses. That doesn't mean that I'm going to get my final house that I want to buy, right? So I felt personally the book was covering more the quantity aspect of the calls and everything that we want to make, but I personally believe quantity is one aspect, quality is also important as well, which is also important, especially when you are trying to make sales so that you can do less. What if you actually did the quality and then you got that 60 leads and then you try to make calls, your conversion rate is going to go up, right? So instead of just randomly going for 60 like random folks and then trying to make the conversion. That is my review of this book. Overall, absolutely fantastic. It's a short book, 74 pages, just the book cover without additional details. So it was just a short read for me. I was able to complete it in a single session, probably 1 hour or less to finish this book. And then I'm doing the review now. I hope you like this video. If you like, please consider subscribing to my channel by pressing the bell icon. If you want to get more of these videos from me and you don't want to miss any of these videos that I post to my channel, then you can subscribe to my inner circle by going to sijisinnercircle.com. You will see the link underneath the description, and then I would love to have you as a member. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate your time and being with me till the very end. I salute you. I congratulate you. I am truly grateful for you being with me. Thank you. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye bye.